What's up guys, thanks for joining me for another review. I don't really have a name for this series of reviews, so we're just gonna call it Sam Has a Spending Problem until further notice. I'm your host Sam, and today we're doing a review of 4 different portable RGB video lights. The first is the Pixel G1S, the second is the Weelight RB08P, the third is the Falcon Eyes F7 pocket light, and the fourth is the Ulonzi VL49. Ulonzi? Which is it? Ulonzi VL40? Whatever. The first time I ever saw one of these RGB lights was in a Facebook ad for that Lume Cube thing. In all of those ads, you'll see somebody put it right on top of their camera in the hot shoe mount. But I'm here to tell you, if you care about how your photos or videos look, don't do that. Anyone that just tapes a Lume Cube to the top of their camera is not getting good image results, I promise. But anyway, what I love about these things so much is they're super versatile. They're tiny, they're rechargeable, and you can just throw one in your pocket and go shoot. You'll find yourself using these a lot more often than you think you will. At least I have. If you've seen any of my videos, normally the background is lit with these or I'm adding color with them, because as the name implies, they're all RGB. All 4 of them also have what's called scenes so that you can simulate fire, police or ambulance lights, a TV, or give yourself a seizure. But even though they all have RGB in their name, they're not just RGB lights. All 4 of them have cool and warm LED lighting in them as well. The Pixel G1S is 2500 to 8500K, the Falcon Eyes F7 is 2500 to 9000K, the Weelight is 3200 to 7000K, and the Ulonzi is 2500 to 9000K as well, but I find that debatable because it's orange as hell. Throughout this review, you might think that I'm picking on the Ulonzi VL49, and I'm really not. It's just not a professional tool. It's more of a toy or something you buy and leave on one of your shelves in the background. It's not something that I would take with me on a bunch of shoots and expect to last very long. It's also not very bright, but that's to be expected because it's more than half the amount of LEDs from the rest of them. But at this price point, you could just spend another $20 and get the Weelight, which granted is the cheapest out of the 3 quote-unquote real lights in this list, but still, you get the point. Moving on, we have the Weelight. This one I have the most experience with out of the 4 because I've owned it for the longest, and it has become an absolute staple to my shoots. There's very few situations I'm in where I'm shooting and I'm not using this light in one capacity or another. It's also half as expensive as the Falcon Eyes F7, and it gets you 90% of the way there. Super bright, sort of built-in diffusion, all aluminum body, but I don't like that it's micro USB instead of USB-C, like the other 3 are. My other complaint is that it gets really hot, and I mean really hot, like close to burning your hand hot if you leave it on above 50% for more than 10 minutes. That being said, anybody who wants to dip their toes into having a portable RGB light with them on their shoots, the Weelight is a great way to go at this price point. Next up on our list, we have the Pixel G1S. The first thing you might notice about this is it has this weird arm thing on the bottom. I do like the controls on this light. It has these wheels that are tactile, kind of like the scroll wheel on a mouse, so you can always feel exactly how far you've adjusted it. It's also just as bright, if not brighter, than the larger Falcon Eyes light, and it's also $30 cheaper. Go figure. I can't really think of anything to complain about with this thing. It's bright, it's got a good menu system, the wheels feel nice, it holds its charge well, it doesn't get too hot. If I had to complain about anything, it would just be that weird arm on the bottom. I would have rather just had a 1/4-inch hole. The other thing that stands out about this is that it has a switch to power on as opposed to holding a button down like the others. It's USB-C, has an OLED screen, an all aluminum body, and it's super solid, so you won't be disappointed if you buy this one. Moving on, we have the star of today's show, the Falcon Eyes F7 Pocket Light. This thing is a beefy boy. It's the same size as my Note 10 Plus, and it's about twice as thick. And despite what some people may tell you, size does matter, especially in this case when we're concerned about brightness and battery life. I've come to the conclusion that this is the best out of all of them. and it has the price tag to match. At over $100, this is by far the most expensive light on the list. The next down being the Pixel at $70. One of the things that really sold me about this light is that they included not only a diffuser but also a honeycomb grid to go with it. These are both silicone, so they're easily washable, and believe me, you will need to wash them because they attract dust like crazy. I don't know what type of silicone they used on these things, but it's just like a dust magnet. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I wish that my brooms were made out of whatever these things were made out of. Luckily, like I said, they're silicone, so they're easily washable. You could throw them in the dishwasher, you could let your dumb kid lick them dry. Point is, they're washable. The all aluminum body and the OLED screen on the back seem to be the highest quality out of the bunch. This may be a byproduct of being larger than the rest of them, but the light just feels higher quality as well. Also, the scenes seem to be a bit smoother on this one. The other ones have noticeable skips in the light, whereas this one doesn't do that. One odd feature about the Falcon Eyes is that it's magnetic, but I don't think that I would trust sticking this to anything with this magnet. It's a little too weak for how heavy it is. Another strange thing is that it says that it's 3000 milliamp hours, which is identical to the Wii Light and the Pixel, but I don't believe for a second that the Wii Light and the Falcon Eyes has the same size battery in it. It's almost twice as heavy and definitely way bigger. You can expect all these lights except the Wii Light to charge quickly because of the USB-C, but the winner for me is definitely the Falcon Eyes. It's cheaper than the Aperture Omron, it comes with a diffuser and the honeycomb, it seems to have superb build quality and battery life, and I just like it. The truth is, if you're in the market for an RGB light, any of these lights will do. Not you. And the Falcon Eyes costs as much as the Wii Light and the Pixel put together, basically. But sometimes you just want the expensive, nice one, so I'm sticking with the Falcon Eyes. As always, thank you for watching this review, and if you have any requests, leave them down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.